What is up, YouTube?
Well, just how about everybody? Hello, everybody.
Hello, Cyber Family.
Yes.
We are coming to you live from our home.
Pre-recorded.
And what's crazy is we've been saying we're going to do this for like
years.
Like maybe 10. And so...
And this is our first official intro video.
Yes. We're going to do a Q&A.
Little Q&A.
An intro and a Q&A.
Yep.
And we're going to keep it nice and short because we're both people of lots of words.
And we're also very short attention span. So,
ADD squirrel.
Yeah. Squirrel. So, Erin's going to kick us off.
So my name is Erin.
And I'm Chris.
And we are Chris and Erin.
Yes.
Or Life with Chris and Erin. Or
Erin
whatever.
plus one.
Erin plus one. Before we even start, thank you.
Yes.
From the bottom of our hearts.
Thank you so much for watching us, for continuing to support us.
Yes.
And for actually giving us the opportunity to make this video.
Yes. The question that we probably get the most is, how did you meet? Which is a really funny story with many layers.
Yes.
So I'll start and then Chris can add his, because we really met because of me. Like,
true.
It really is true. Well, really we met because of God, but God guiding me. Or I don't know if God was guiding me to do what I was doing. Maybe it wasn't God. Can't make this up, true story. I was out on a date with my ex-fiance, stalking my ex-fiance. But anyway, so I and my ex-fiance number one had come into town and he had asked if we could go to Wild Wings. And I was like, sure. But I was being really lazy and I also wanted to stalk ex-fiance number two. And I knew that that Wild Wings was right beside the restaurant that ex-fiance number two worked at. So we got the seat by the window. I'm trying to speed it up as much as I can. And I was looking out the window at the restaurant across the street, looking for ex-fiance number two to get off of work when Chris entered the picture. Yep. What did you say to me?
Can I see your ID?
What did I say to you?
I don't have it, but I'm single. And then she did this with her eyes.
This is what I bet. And I was just doing that not to flirt with him. I was doing that because I didn't want to get up.
She didn't want to go out to the car and get her ID. And I said, well, that's nice, but I still need to see your ID. So
he literally made me go out to my car and get my ID, because I, at the time, had already quit drinking. And for those of you who have followed our story, you know that I'm a recovered alcoholic and addict, and I've been sober for 23 years. So I had already went out to the car, and the whole time I was on my way out to the car, I'm like, what the hell? Like, he didn't even fall for that shit. And I was really like, just like, as I was thinking about it.
She was a little flustered because she didn't really know what to do, I think. And I'm such a rule follower.
He really is. It's so annoying.
It's really obnoxious to that point. So I was like,
because I'm a rule breaker. Here. And
she handed me a college ID.
I was going to say, I handed him a college ID because I couldn't even find my license.
Couldn't find my license.
Surprise, ADD again. Yeah. But anyway, so needless to say, Chris and I met at a restaurant. All right, are you ready for question number 2?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Was it love at first sight?
1,
3,
2, 1. No.
Well, he's not my type. He says I'm his type.
I mean, she is. She was the dark-haired, dark-eyed, tiny little beauty.
He just wasn't like.
But I was not her type. He
was okay. Like, first of all, I made this. Okay, I made.
I roll.
I made this. This is not what he came out of the box looking like. In fact, if you've ever seen our marriage pictures, you should insert one.
I'll try.
Like, talk about getting hotter with age. Anyway, all right. Question number 3. Who said I love you first?
Are we gonna 3, 2, 1 that too, or are we just gonna say it?
Okay, well.
Because I know who it was.
Yeah, whatever. I'm gonna disagree with you on that.
Okay, all right, here we go.
3, 2, 1, you. Okay, it may have been me.
It was her. The first time that I remember her telling me she loved me was actually on the beach.
You don't remember me telling you I loved you high on the phone?
I do, but I just didn't count it because I knew that you were not, in your totally
shout out for the movies and the anyway.
So I didn't. I consider that to be just a really friendly, like, I love you. That was like, I'm your friend. I love you.
After the phone call to him, my mom was like, "You are done," and took the phone. Okay, so I said it first.
I got to give you some grace, but Aaron said it first.
I said it first. He said it shortly after.
Yes.
This is fun.
It is fun.
Just like bringing back memories I haven't had in a long time.
Going down memory lane.
It's like nostalgic. Okay, question number 4. Biggest piece of relationship advice that you can give someone? Your biggest piece of advice?
Biggest piece of advice is definitely find a way to always have fun together, because things are always going to get tough. Things are always going to be challenging.
Yeah.
You're always going to have difficulty. There's always going to be things coming up and in, but always try to find a way with your person to find something that you can do that you have fun doing and that you can laugh about.
Yeah. And that's actually in our most recent book that we released, Couple Gold. And when just, like a little drop there, if you want to go get that book, it's on Amazon. It's called Couple Gold. But we talk about the 7 pillars of the relationship.
Yeah.
And one of them is to have fun. And we find that to be, and we have, because we do all things together, we definitely have realized we have to have a lot of fun together.
Well, we work together, we make content together.
Yeah.
We live together, we raise children together, we exercise together.
We sleep together.
We sleep together.
We eat together.
We eat together, ride in the car together.
We don't poop together.
Thank God. Oh, that's a quick tip.
No.
Separate bathrooms.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Separate bathrooms.
We have a rule in this house. Like there's only so many.
It's just a practice.
But
it's a practice.
We don't share toilets.
We have separate bathrooms. So.
I would say probably my biggest piece of relationship advice. I have 2, and I'm really struggling on which one. But if I'm honest. Here's a wait. I'm going to go with the one that I think is probably closer to my heart, which is pray together. Have a relationship with God or some sense of spirituality. Be spiritually yoked.
Yes.
If you don't want to be spiritually yoked as Christians, like we love everybody. We always say that. We're Christians.
Spiritual
we love
alignment.
Jesus. But our spiritual alignment has made all the difference in our relationship. The fact that we both seek Jesus and seek God together, and that we start our day with Jesus together, and that we pray together. And sometimes when we're having an issue, we'll just stop and pray together. Yeah. Or we'll pull up a sermon and we'll listen to it together. Or he'll put on praise and worship music and we'll work out. It's that knowing that we have that as our foundation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's really changed the game for us.
Absolutely.
All right, last one.
Okay.
Last but not least.
Last but not least.
And it's kind of like one of my favorites. So it's people have asked tips on how to keep like the chemistry. I say we wrote chemistry, but I think we both know that sexy time, that alive.
How to keep your intimacy both emotionally and physically fiery.
We, before we got married, had a pact, and it was like you can never let yourself go pact. Not to go like science on you, but remember this: when you're working out, you're releasing endorphins, neurotransmitters, hormones, and things that like will increase that sex drive and make you want to do that more. Another thing for us is like complete and total, like we are just so honest with each other. And
maybe a little too honest.
Maybe sometimes. A little too honest. Like if it feels good, I'm not afraid to say do more of that. So very open communication. Mm-hmm. And when I notice his acts of service, like the things that he's done, and I like thank him for it, I know that that makes him feel very appreciated. And I know that appreciation is kind of like an aphrodisiac for him. Like he thinks it's super sexy to be appreciated. That's going to lead to other things later. I will say try to be equally yoked, but
I think one of the things that
there's always going to be a hornier one.
Right. Well, there's always
who's the hornier one in this relationship?
But it's also your ego has to kind of go to the wayside.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to that area, you know, you just gotta let that go, because part of being in a relationship and in a partnership is exploring with each other and finding out what works and what doesn't. We have a full house, a full plate, but we still manage to make that.
And we make it a priority.
We do. And you have to.
And you have to.
You really do. And the thing is, intimacy can be different for every couple too. You know, that's the other thing too. Find out what really connects you guys on that level and do it.
So also, like, one thing I will say about Chris is, you know, and I find this because I talk to a lot of women because I am a coach. And so I coach women a lot. And I hear, and it makes me sad, and men don't come at me, but I coach women. I don't coach men, so I don't really know. But I hear a lot of women talking about their partners being very selfish. And like, I have to give this man like mad credit. He is so not selfish in that way.
Here's what I'll say. I am very.
Just makes me want to lick you right now.
I am. Thank you. I get very excited the more pleased she is. So so it's kind of like, for me, that's an aphrodisiac in that way, is that the more that I'm able to give to her and get her into it, then the more it better it is for me.
All right. So here's the deal, guys. This has been so much fun. We just want, again, to thank you and to let you know that our I think purpose behind this is just to really encourage people and to let them know that,
give them hope, and it can, things can get better, and you can have a great long-lasting relationship, and you can have great sex, and you can have a great fun time with this person, but you got to work for it.
Yeah.
So
we love you, and we'll see you very soon.
Next time. Deuces.
Deuces.